Hey, what's going on, everybody? John Mark here, your local fat loss expert in the West Texas area, and welcome to Ask JM Show number 25. Today, the question that we've got and that we're going to answer is, should I eat high protein on non-workout days? That's a great question. I'm going to give you, one, the answer, and two, kind of a general idea of how much protein to be eating. Okay, so non-workout. So the answer to that is yes. Yes, you should. Protein is responsible for your muscle maintenance and growth. So we can't just because we're not working out doesn't mean that we should eliminate eating high protein. A lot of times we think, or we get this misconception that eating protein is going to make us bulky, and that just simply won't happen without the appropriate activity and the appropriate calorie level. Protein is very lean, and it's not going to add a ton of calories unless you eat it in huge quantities, depending on what type of protein that might be. Your chickens, fish, protein powders most of the time are really low in fats. Your beef's going to be a little bit higher in fats, so that will also determine what kind you're eating there. So your protein is responsible for muscle growth, and maintenance. So whenever you're off, you want to maintain the muscle that you have, because that's ultimately what causes us to burn calories. It boosts our metabolism to have more lean tissue in our body. So how much do I need to eat? I'm not a doctor, I'm not prescribing anything here, but I can give you a general recommendation on what that looks like per person. What we see is that 0.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Okay, so what that comes out to, say you've got a 200-pound person, just for easy math. If you have half of a gram for each of those pounds, you're gonna have 100 grams of protein. Okay, so now this isn't not to say that this is for every single person, but that's what we see, that people in a fat loss stage, they're going to be able to accomplish this by this equation here. And we would have to adjust that based on the response that we see to a person's body whenever we start to customize that sort of thing. If somebody's trying to gain a lot of muscle, 0.5% probably isn't going to suffice for that, especially if they're very active. So depending on activity level, this could go up or down. But that, in a nutshell, is your answer. Yes, you need to eat high protein. I recommend all the time, just because we do want to maintain that muscle mass, and this is the amount that you would eat that in as a starting point. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.